Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to start this video with a promotion that I was asked by a company to review their work shoes, Wendy and I actually. So it's a company called Highy, and they sent me three different work boots. Well, two different work boots and Wendy. They got lifetime warranty. Let's see what else. Care instructions. This is one without a heel. It'd be probably more for working on concrete, I would say. Something flat, comfy. Then this is a 6-inch work boot. This is with the heel. That's kind of my style. I like that here, having a heel. And then Wendy is like an outdoor. This is perfect for her garden and walking around when everything is wet, which happens quite a bit. Got the logo there. Nice sole. So I'm just wanted to point these out now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously I'm going to wear them for a while, but I wanted to show them before I wore them. So it's got nice laces on them, sole, aggressive lug, leather. And again, with this one, this is the smooth bottom, but it still has aggressive lug pattern. Like I said, I think like for working in here, when I'm working in here, these would be good. So, well, I just wanted to show those. I'm actually going to wear these first, and then I will give my opinion on them, and they are going to do a 15% off for all the subscribers. So I will get back to you and let you know what I think. Today is unusual day where I'm going to do a review, product review, like in-depth review, I guess. And this is not a sponsored review, other than the only one that's sponsored is I got my Highy boots on for the first time, and I've had them on for about an hour, and they are comfortable. So that will be that is going to be a paid promotion, but the Liberty Z is not. And as you saw before, I did a short video, and then after this I'm going to do a quick one. Well, I had already done a quick one review on the Caravan trailer as well as the Liberty Z. And welcome back, everyone. This is going to replace that short video that I did that was vertical. I never had done a short before, and didn't realize it has to be like in TikTok mode when you take it on your phone. So that's why the video was vertical. So I'm going to do another one, and this one I can make a little bit longer. But I wanted to get a trailer. I have a lot of trailers, but the smallest one I have is 14 feet up to 40 feet. And I wanted to get, so this is 6x10. I wanted to get something that was wide enough to even fit my 72-inch zero turn on. This is a 42, this one here, but it's well made, Caravan. I liked it because it was not black, and it was a little bit fancier. These sides, all the sides drop down, so you can load a pallet in straight in with forks. So that's what I liked about it. It's got LEDs all around. The ramp comes down. Got my memorial sticker on. So getting back to the mower, this is a Skag Liberty Z 42-inch, and I had them take off the discharge chute and over here, and put on a mulching plate, because I got this to do trimming in between the trees, up against buildings, in between the bushes and all that kind of thing. So I did not want, so they actually fabricated that, because I guess they didn't make one for this size, but they took a bigger one and cut it down for me. But just like a regular zero turn, the controls work, but the deck is adjustable here. It's got no flats. It comes with no flats on the front, which is nice. So overall, I thought this would be a good mower. I didn't want to get an inexpensive one or cheap quality. I want it to last. So this is a 22 horse Kohler. Actually, I thought it was a Kawasaki, but this one's a Kohler. Okay, well, I didn't even look at that, but hopefully, I was hoping it was Kawasaki. I guess I should have looked at it more closely before I picked it up, but that's all right. The Kohler will be fine. But 22 horse for this size is pretty good. So, but I just thought I'd give a quick rundown on that. And I don't even know what it holds. I think it holds 6 gallons. So that should be enough for the runtime that I'll need. So, all right. Well, just if I feel the need to make a video, at some point on actually running it, I will do it. But I never really thought anybody would care about it. But I got so many. When are you going to do a review on it? When are you going to do a thorough review on it? So I've only got. So just to let you know, I've only got 4.9 hours on it so far. I mainly bought this as a trimming mower to go between the trees and the bushes and that kind of thing around David's Memorial area. It's nice. So let's see, what can I say? It's a 22 horsepower Kohler. Very powerful. I mean, it probably doesn't even need to be this powerful. 90% of the time, well, 90%, I've only done 5 hours, right? But I've been throttling it back, not even running it at full throttle. It really doesn't even need it. When I get into some heavier stuff, like around the mansion over there, that is very lush green grass. That most of that all came from DOT ditch clearings. So very rich kind of soil, and I mean the grass does get thick. So a lot of times around there, I will run it at full throttle. But if I'm just doing normal stuff, I do about 3/4 throttle, and it works nicely. What I also like about it is, and I've not had to do it yet, but I will do it at probably 10 hours. I'm going to change the oil, just the brake, being broken in. So the oil filter is right here with nothing below it. So you can drain you can take off a filter and not have the oil run over. On my bad boy, I mean, it's terrible. I bent some aluminum as like a catch basin to direct it out off the frame, because otherwise it runs everywhere. So this is a very good design. Open, everything is open on it. As far as the air cleaner goes, very easy to get at. It's got the pre-cleaner on the outside and the regular filter there. So this is an important step, obviously, on any motor, is to make sure that you're not getting dirt into the engine. The engine itself, boy, I'll tell you, I was worried that it was a Kohler and not a Kawasaki. But this thing, I don't think I've ever used the choke once to start it. Now, it's not cold, obviously, but my bad boy with the Kawasaki, I still do have to choke it to get it to start, and this thing fires right up. I looked it up. It is just about 4 gallons, 3.5 or 4 gallons. I guess the 55 and 61 have almost 6-gallon tank, but this one says it is 3.5 gallons. So I assume it probably holds 4 with 3.5 that you can use. Very easy to fill right there, and it's the cap won't come out. It's got a retaining cable there. Fuel gauge right here. The controls are fabulous. I mean, it's spot on, instantaneous. Where they're a little mushy on the bad boy. This one is very precise. What I also like about this one, you do not need to have the parking brake on in order to start it. The bad boy, if you don't have the parking brake on, it does not turn over. So I like that, and that's the parking brake here. If you want to get off it while it's running, you have to put the parking brake on. But you don't have to put it on in order to start it. You do have to have it out of gear, though. They have to be out. And as far as changing the deck height, it's very convenient here, but you can't do it from sitting in the seat because it has a retaining pin on the bottom. So you can't do it while you're in the seat, which doesn't matter to me because the only thing I ever do is I cut everything at 3 inches, and then if I need to go in something high, I just pick it up with the foot lever to lift it up, like if you're putting it on a trailer. But if you're going through something really tall and thick and you want to make 2 cuts with it, very easy to use. And this lever keeps the deck in the upright position. As far as the controls go, everything is easily accessible right there. And what I do like is that the PTO switch is back farther on my bad boy. I inevitably, at least once a week, hit it with my elbow and shut it off. Whereas this one's far enough back that you will not do that. I've not had to do anything with the blades yet, so I cannot tell you how they are to change. Whether, it's just a nut, a bolt on the bottom, or if some of them have a bolt that goes right through and you have to hold it on the top, the nut on the top as well. So I do not know how this one will be. I hope that it's just a bolt on the bottom, a bolt and a washer. So I can't tell you on that one. It does have easy access to everything below. Then the seat flips up for belt changing and that kind of thing. If you need to do it, the battery is easy. So that I like. Fuel filters right there. What don't I like about it? Well, the main thing I don't like about it is the suspension, or I should say lack of it. If you have loose fillings and or loose bones, this thing will knock them loose. There is not one bit of suspension on it. Now again, I'm not cutting on this all day. Basically, like I said, I've only put 4 hours on it. But it is in traveling. So I have trees in the back that I trim around. I have trees on that side I have to trim around. I have up there. I mean, I've got to go, the property is expansive. And so I do have to do things where I have to travel. And it is a little bone jarring. But while you're cutting, obviously, where you're cutting usually is smooth. So if you have a smooth lawn that you cut, it's great. But when you're traveling, there is, like I said, there is zero suspension on this. Well, what I'll probably do is I'll probably set up the tripod, and I'll give a shot of what the grass looks like. I'll probably do it at the mansion first. I'll set up the tripod, let you watch, show you again afterwards how the cut quality is, and you could decide for yourself. But it does work. Speaking of cut quality, very good cut quality. But if you remember, or well, you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see it in the next little clip that comes up, where I talked about it first. I did not want the flap. I took the flap off, or they took it off, because I wanted this closed. I wanted the mulching plate put on, and they made me one and put it on. Because I didn't want it blowing up against the trees and the bushes and all that kind of thing. But what it does, at least in my experience of what it does, when you put that plate on there, because it can't blow out anywhere, it blows out the front and the back, and it just flies up at you. So while you're sitting in the seat, you're in a constant dust cloud. So I removed it completely, leaving off the flap because it's stupid anyway. And it takes up too much room in between where I want to fit. And there's nobody here when I'm cutting. So obviously, if you're doing this at a customer's house, you probably don't want to be flying things at the little kids that might be around. But then again, little kids shouldn't be out while you're cutting. But that's a whole nother discussion. Anyway, so I took that plate off. So that was kind of a waste of money. I took that off, and I'm not going to put it back on, because I just, like I said, it cuts great. throws the grass nice, and you don't get anything blowing up at you. So, all right, I'll get you back over there when I get set up. All right, so here's what I'm going to be cutting, and it is wet, unfortunately. Never cuts as well, and it is also, you got to clean the deck afterwards, but underneath, I do anyway. But so I can fit in between here, and this is kind of what I bought it for. I do a little weed whacking. That's not my favorite thing to do, so I like to only do it like once a month, so I try to do as close with that machine as possible. And I usually spray Roundup against the house, and this is going to get white stone put in like what I did around David's house. But I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Same thing here. This grass just grows so fast. Like I said, it's so lush, so to speak. So here again, I can come down and I can get all around these bushes, and believe it or not, it even fits in between here. And I do have to weed whack there, but just to let you see what it looks like now, I'll set the tripod up, try to get a couple angles on it, and then show you afterwards. And I don't do the whole thing. I mean, I only do out a little bit, and then I get the 72, I get the bad boy out, just because 42 versus 72, it's much better to use the larger, and the other one has nice suspension on it. So, all right, let me set it up and I'll get going on that. going to give you a quick walk around to the cut, just so you can see. This is what the mower looks like after you cut in wet. Blades still look nice and sharp. Like I said, I'll hose all that off. Normally I take the leaf blower and get everything blown off like that, but when it's wet, and I'll blast the hose underneath to try to get out any residual so that grass does not dry and start to rust out the deck. Plus, you don't get a good cut if the deck gets full, because you don't get the vortex up there to suck it up and then cut it all up. So, but here you go. This is one cut. You know, I haven't double cut any of this. When I cut my normal lawn, when I cut the lawn, I actually double cut it. This one really doesn't need to be double cut. I will do it on the rest of it. I just like the way it looks. I don't do like most landscapers do, and they just cut in every direction. I cut in only one direction. So here you go. Here. So what I'll do is I'll keep going around when I go and get the bad boy out. I will go around and I'll keep going till I get all the way to the wood line back there. And then I'll switch over and I will come this way and I will go all the way down. I've got to go all the way to the gate, but then I turn around and I come back and double cut it. I cut it back what I just cut. So anything that might be a straggler, like you can see here, it's not too bad. Really no stragglers. But in the taller stuff like this, when you get whatever kind of fescue grass that is, it'll leave some stragglers. And I just like the way it looks going that way. So then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll cut all this again in this direction on my way and cut that. So that's how I do this. You may do it different, you may not agree, but it works for me. I like the way it comes out, and that's the way I do it. So you can see here, I still have to weed whack. I mean, obviously I can't get in between there, but I could fit in between. That's a nice tight spot. Again, I probably would come through here again and double cut this because it's wet. It didn't really blow the grass out, but you can see I can get fairly close to without running the bushes over. And like I said, no matter what it is, whether this or my digging, I would be all done if it wasn't for having to video things, because it takes so long and you spend more time moving the cameras around and worrying about how the shot's going to come out versus what you're doing. But here again, I can fit in between there. That's about as close as I can go without worrying about backing into the deck. And that was a reason why I wanted a stander initially. And there, after a half an hour of running a stander, I told the guy I felt bad because he drove 3 hours to get it to me to try it. It was a Wright, and I liked it, but I didn't like standing. I don't know why anybody wants to stand, but if you like to stand, that's fine. But I was happy to find this mower. Footprint really isn't too much bigger than that stander was. And the other thing with a stander is the exhaust blows in your face the whole time, so all you're doing is smelling exhaust. So I didn't like that at all. I did like the brand, right? I would probably buy, if I have to replace the bad boy, I'll probably do it. But so there, that's all one cut. That's it. That's set at 3 inches, and I think it does a good job. I'm happy with it. And like I said, that motor's got more than enough power. So, all right. Well, I guess this will be the ending to this video. So, again, I hope you enjoyed the, let me get in the shade over here. You enjoyed the review on this mower, and if you didn't, well, I'm sorry. But I know people want to know, and I always like to look at reviews, so I'm very happy. And if there's anything else you want to see that I don't make a video of, please let me know. And again, as usual, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm just going to show you if I can, the bouncing that I'm going to take to drive from the front of David's house down to the shop. Hopefully the stabilization didn't block a lot of that out, but it hurts. Well, here we are on the beginning of my third day wearing these, and I just figured I'd give you a look, and what better place than up on the excavator. There you go, 3 days worth of wear. Very comfortable. I do have to say I do like these boots. You will be seeing these in many videos. So what I'm doing today quickly is I'm changing the antifreeze in the 250. So I'm up here, and that's why I thought, oh, that would be a good shot, get it up on top of the excavator. But I am going to run this footage in and get this uploading so that this video can be up, because I know there's at least a few people that want to see the Skag review and the trailer review. So again, I will put a link. The subscribers will get 15% off. SHT is the promo code. I'll have a link in the description to click on, and yeah, I would recommend these boots. So, all right, I hope everybody enjoyed that segment and this little bonus footage.